Station Now Network for All, in short, CNN4All, Urbana, Illinois, USA.
Bethel House of Refuge, Muhammad, Illinois presents this week's breaking news in wellness and in health for all people and all professionals. I am the Pete of Dr. Z and Pete, and presently I am the president of Bethel House of Refuge in Muhammad, Illinois. Previous to that, I was the executive director for a prison ministry in this area, and previous to that, owner-operator of a commercial construction company in the central Illinois area. Now, my good friend, my colleague, and my co-host, Doc, here is a medical doctor, Dr. Alex Rama Zechariah, and he is also a medical professor. And as I mentioned, he is the CEO of CNN4All International. Recently, Doc was the chief medical officer, the medical director of Provena, now Presence United Medical Center in Danville, Illinois, in 2008 and part of 2009. Prior to that, he was dean of the top 12 out of 300 medical schools in India, Christian Medical College, Ludhiana, India. Doc and his wife, Prema, also a retired physician and professor, spent 43 years at the Christian Medical College in Ludhiana, first as students and then as faculty, and they now reside in Urbana, Illinois, where they've been since 2005. Doc, I'm privileged to have you as a co-host. This week's Breaking News in Wellness and Health, you bring a medical perspective to all of the things that we are going to hear about today. So I need you to tell them what we're about.
Thank you for tuning in and listening to us. This is not medical advice. This is just for your information only. You may mention this to your doctor. You can even ask your physician.
Tell him to watch. You bet.
Because we bring this info even before it is published.
Yep, so, hot off the wires. That's why it's called breaking news. Yes. Okay. You ask them to watch. Yes. And if you need to communicate with us, you can do it by email, breakingnews@cnn4all.com, or
you can write to us, Breaking News, and CNN4All.com, P.O. Box 17282, and Urbana, Illinois.
Yep.
USA.
Hey, 61801.
Yes.
All right. We're going to jump right into this breaking news. Why? We're talking about self-medication, why doctors abuse prescription drugs. Doctors who abuse prescription drugs often do so for self-medication, whether for physical or emotional pain or stress relief. Doc, you know about this.
This is not good news. This study from the University of Florida, Gainesville, is published in October in the Journal of Addiction Medicine, the official journal of the American Society of Addiction Medicine. Physicians in recovery discuss why they abused prescription medicine in anonymous discussions. The reasons for prescription drug abuse with 55 physicians in recovery. They opened up.
Good. Well, that's critical. The rate of drug misuse by doctors is similar to that in the general population. Oh, my goodness. However, because they have access, physicians seem more likely to use prescription drugs. Substance use is the most common cause of impairment among physicians. Their professional colleagues are required to refer or report them when substance abuse is suspected. Physicians must seek qualified medical care for pain or other medical problems, as well as for psychiatric or emotional concerns, rather than trying to treat themselves with prescription drugs. My goodness.
Physician should not treat himself.
Yeah, right. We're not wanting to be treated by a physician either. That's have trouble with drugs.
Yes.
All right, let's move on. Antibiotics, drastically overprescribed for sore throats and bronchitis. A vast majority of people who see their doctors for sore throats or acute bronchitis receive antibiotics, yet only a small percentage should receive them, according to the analysis of 2 major national surveys. Those illnesses usually are caused by viruses, and antibiotics, which only treat bacterial infections, do not help. My goodness. That's a waste. It's like a placebo, right?
published online in JAMA, Internal Medicine, available online October 4th in JAMA, Internal Medicine 2013. Harvard University researchers analyzed the National Ambulatory Medical Care Survey and National Hospital Ambulatory Medical Care Survey and determined that doctors prescribed antibiotics in 60% of visits for sore throats and 73% of visits for acute bronchitis. The antibiotic prescribing rate should be about 10% for sore throats and nearly 0 for acute bronchitis.
You know, my daughter had some sort of bronchial infection, as did a couple of her kids, and boy, she didn't want to go to the doctor because she was afraid they were going to prescribe, guess what, antibiotics. So she just wrestled with it herself, used some anticoagulants or whatever. The analysis suggests the message isn't reaching the community, with patients continuing to request antibiotics. That's kind of a type of self-diagnosis, isn't it? For conditions they don't cure, and doctors are prescribing them. The inappropriate use of antibiotics adds to the creation of drug-resistant bacteria or superbugs, which are very difficult to treat and are a public health threat.
So sore throat caused by Streptococcus bacteria, it's called strep sore throat, should be treated with antibiotics, but this is only 10%. But while people often think they have strep sore throat, that is Streptococcus is the cause, only about 10%, 1 out of 10 sore throat. In most cases, a virus causes the sore throat. Now come to acute bronchitis, it's almost always viral. And even when bacteria are involved, there is no need for antibiotics unless the patient develops pneumonia. This is a huge...
And the whole thing has been a marketing thing, don't you think, Big Pharma?
Yeah, it is.
And antibiotics aren't going to solve your problem if you don't have a bacterial dilemma, right?
No.
Okay, my goodness, okay. Here we go. We're going into deeper territory. Fecal transplant pill knocks out recurrent C. Diff infection. Swallowing pills containing a concentrate of fecal bacteria successfully stops recurrent bouts of debilitating Clostridium difficile infection by rebalancing the bacteria in the gut. Boy, that would, now I bet you didn't know that.
That's kind of yuck. This was presented at the Infectious Disease Week 2013 conference in October 4th, 2013. Fecal transplantation typically is delivered by enema or colonoscopy, placing the tube in the colon or nose tube, and is effective in 9 out of 10 patients, according to published reports. But the Infectious Disease Week research suggests that less invasive pills are a viable and effective delivery method. And C. diff sickens 500,000 Americans and kills 14,000 every year.
Oh my.
So C. diff infection can occur after people take antibiotics, wiping out the good bacteria, the good bacterial flora in your gut. The gastroenterology system allowing C. diff to flourish and leading to severe diarrhea.
Oh my. Recurrent C. diff infection is such a miserable experience, and patients are so distraught that many ask for fecal transplantation because they've heard of its success. Many people might find the idea of fecal transplantation a little distasteful, but with those recurrent infections, are thankful to have a treatment that works. People that are in the midst of it, they'll do about anything, right?
You know, the word fecal transplantation is a good word instead of saying swallowing feces. By the pill, the University of Calgary researchers reported a 100% success rate. None of the 27 patients who took the tablet-sized pills had a capsule. A recurrence of C. diff, even though all of them previously had had at least 4 bouts of infection. Patients ingested, swallowed pills between 24 to 34 capsules containing fecal bacteria, often donated by family members. So it can run in the families.
Right. My goodness, Doc. That means that the overconsumption of antibiotics is a problem,
Yep.
and it sometimes manifests with
This
another
one,
problem.
C. diff problem.
Okay. Well, we're moving right along.
Yes.
Guess what, Doc? There's some news here.
Yes.
And it's breaking news.
Yes.
Believers, Bible believers, consume fewer drugs than atheists. Praise the Lord to that. Young Swiss men who say that they believe in God are less likely to smoke cigarettes or pot or take ecstasy pills than Swiss men of the same age who describe themselves as atheists. Belief is a protective factor against addictive behavior. This is the conclusion reached by a study funded by the Swiss National Science Foundation, which couldn't be a quasi-religious foundation, could it?
No, it is evidence-based and it is thorough. In this scientific study titled Religion is Good, Belief is Better, Religion and Religiosity and Substance Use Among Young Swiss Men, the study was published in the journal Substance Use and Misuse, October 2013. Karl Marx said that religion was the opium of the people. New figures now suggest that religion plays a role in preventing substance misuse.
You know, when they say that people believe they have a better success rate in surgery. The study from Lausanne University Hospital has shown in Switzerland fewer religious young men consume addictive substances than men of their age group who are agnostics or atheists. The scientists split the young men into 5 groups. The, quote, religious, believe in God, and attend church services. The spiritual, they believe in a higher power, but do not practice any religion. The unsure do not know what to do or what to believe about God. The agnostics that assume that no one can know whether there is a God or not. And the atheists do not believe in God at all.
Yes. The results of this study show that belief is a protective factor when it comes to the consumption of addictive substances, and this is something that we would definitely say from our personal experience that it really works. And so to have, if you can combine faith with good lifestyle, it would be good. And talking about lifestyle, I think we will sing a song.
Okay.
Okay?
This is obesity, right?
Yes. And our song is Obesity is a Disease.
Really?
Obesity is a disease, diabetes made worse.
Obesity is a disease, not a behavior? Come on, Doc, tell me about it.
Obesity is a disease, diabetes made worse. Hypertension, stroke, heart attack, we must all treat ourselves.
We got to treat ourselves?
Yes,
we
this
got to
is
be our own doctor now. We were saying be careful about that.
That's right. This is one disease that we must treat ourselves.
Okay.
Eat more.
Eat more. More. We're obesity and we're eating more? Come on.
Eat more of veggies, whole grain fruits. Go nuts on nuts, go nuts.
Really? You want me to go nuts on nuts? I should be eating nuts?
Yes.
Go nuts on nuts.
Yes. Eat less of fried food, sugar, starch.
Eat less.
Say no to soda pop.
Okay, now here's the remedy, right?
Yes. Exercise more, 5 days a week, half hour or more daily.
Walk,
jog, run, bike, treadmill, elliptical, till we are soaked in sweat.
Hey, we'd like to thank the people from Science Daily for providing our information. Also, the City of Urbana's UPTV production coordinator, Jason Liggett, the one, the only, and our production intern, Caleb Serpentis, as well as the UPTV station manager, Jake Schumacher. Thank you all for watching, and we'll be back soon.
Welcome to Louis. Now around home, it's clear to me, you gotta play it safe around electricity. Now keys go here and fingers go here, but smart little buddies know they don't go here.
Dumb only bugs go here.
If there's one thing I know about radios and dryers, you never use them around baths or showers.
I get the idea.
You gotta play it safe around electricity. You gotta play it safe around electricity. Ah, yes, you gotta play it safe around electricity.
Compassion Now Network for All, in short, CNN4All, Urbana, Illinois, USA.
And Bethel House of Refuge, Muhammad, Illinois, USA, presents this week's breaking news in wellness and in health for all people and all professionals. I am the Pete of Dr. Z and Pete. This is my distinguished co-host and my good friend, Dr. Alex Rama Zechariah. Doc is a medical professor and CEO of CNN4All International. Here we're going to jump right into breaking news. Choice key to restorative lunch breaks. Working through lunch might not be as bad as they say, suggests a new paper on work recovery, but only if employees choose that themselves and don't feel pressured into it. The study found that a critical element was having the freedom to choose whether to do it or not. The autonomy aspect helps to offset what we traditionally thought was not a good way to spend our break time.
The study from the University of Toronto Rotman School of Management, Canada, it will be published in the Academy of Management Journal. They found that relaxing activities during lunch, freely chosen by workers, led to the least amount of reported fatigue at the end of the day. Getting work done resulted in employees appearing more tired if they have that pressure.
Yeah.
But that effect was reduced when employees felt it was their decision. Socialization at lunch with colleagues may not be relaxing. One is hanging out with people who can kick back, and you are not really yourself.
Oh, yeah. My wife takes a nap at lunchtime.
Yes.
Getting work done resulted in employees appearing more tired, but that effect was reduced when employees felt it was their decision. This is the first study to examine the role and the effect of employee autonomy on work recovery activities.
Managers, take note.
Yeah, wake up. Let them make their decisions. You know, I found that out as a boss, that I didn't always have to tell everybody how to do things. Hey, wait a minute. Waiting actually makes people more patient. You know, I learned that. I learned it this morning. Let's face it, no one likes to wait. We're in a culture of instant gratification, but what if the very act we dislike can actually help make us more patient and help us to make better financial decisions?
The study published in the journal Organizational Behavior and Human Decision Processes, October 2013. The study is from, is at the University of Chicago. Booth School of Business, one of the top one in the world, shows that waiting actually does make people more patient, which can provide a payoff for consumers by helping them make better decisions. Research suggests that making people wait to make a decision can improve their patience because the process of waiting makes the reward for waiting seem more valuable.
When people wait, it makes them place a higher value on what they're waiting for, and that higher value makes them more patient. They see more value in what they're waiting for because of a process psychologists call self-perception. Yeah, you think about this the next time you're in a drive-up and things like they're the Molasses Brothers up front. Waiting teaches patience. Sleeping too little or too much is linked to heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. A new study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC in Georgia, links too little sleep, 6 hours or less, too much sleep, couch taters, 10 hours or more with chronic diseases. including coronary heart disease, diabetes, anxiety, and obesity in adults aged 45 and over. That doesn't mean the teenagers sleep 12 hours, so
Yeah.
get that off your mind.
Yeah. Published in the journal Sleep, October 2013, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine encourages patients suffering from these common chronic conditions to speak with a sleep medicine physician who can evaluate their sleep patterns. The study involved more than 54,000 participants aged 45 or older in 14 states. Nearly 1/3 of you're feeling sleepy.
Oh,
of
man, yeah.
31% were identified
Talking about it.
as short sleepers, meaning they reported sleeping 6 hours or less on average, and more than 64% were classified as optimal sleepers. Only 4% of participants were long sleepers.
Hey, I had 7 hours last night.
Good.
A healthy, balanced lifestyle is not limited to diet and fitness. When and how you sleep is just as important as what you eat or how you exercise. Boy.
Sleep well.
Yeah, I knew that. I'm telling you, I need at least 7 hours of sleep. Check this out. Mom's weight gain during pregnancy tied to childhood obesity. A study of 41,000 mothers and their children in Arkansas has shown that high pregnancy weight and high pregnancy weight gain increases the risk of obesity in those children through age 12. The findings published by New Balance Foundation Obesity Prevention Center at Boston Children's Hospital on October 1st in PLOS Medicine suggest pregnancy may be an especially important time to prevent obesity in the next generation.
Pregnant mothers, take note.
Take note.
From the public health perspective, excessive weight gain during pregnancy may have a potentially significant influence on propagation of the obesity epidemic. Pregnancy presents an attractive target for obesity prevention programs because women tend to be particularly motivated to change behavior during this time of pregnancy.
Yeah.
Excessive pregnancy weight gain may make a significant contribution to the obesity epidemic. Children born to women who gained excessive amounts of weight, 40 pounds or more during their pregnancy, had up to 10% increased risk of obesity in the children. This risk, though relatively small on an individual basis, could translate into several 100,000 cases of excess childhood obesity worldwide each year. Take
Right.
note.
And anybody that has eyes can see that obesity is a problem, especially in America.
Yes.
All right. Continuing, we're talking about diet.
Yes.
All right, so let's stay on that vein. Proper diet and exercise to limit diabetes epidemic. Diabetes is an epidemic as well. The number of diabetics worldwide is exploding. In response, the largest study of its kind to date is set to investigate type 2 diabetes prevention through diet, exercise, and lifestyle. 8 EU nations, along with New Zealand, Australia, and Canada, will participate in an EU-funded project headed by the University of Copenhagen researchers.
So diabetes globally, the number is estimated is more than 371 million people with diabetes, adult diabetes. Furthermore, the number of people with diabetes has doubled in the past decade alone, with the ever-mounting enormous strain upon global health care funding. The projects by European Union is to find the most effective combination of diet, exercise, lifestyle related to type 2, that is adult diabetes prevention. The large clinical study will involve 2,500 participants from Finland, Netherlands, Great Britain, Spain, Bulgaria, Australia, New Zealand, and Denmark. Partner universities within these countries have already begun their preliminary research for eligible trial participants.
Okay.
So this is a good thing.
It is a good thing. Each program will include one of 2 diet types and one of 2 forms of exercise. The 2 types of exercise include one in which participants engage in moderately intense exercise for 150 minutes per week. That's almost 3 hours. For example, a brisk walk, and another type that focuses on highly intensive exercise for 75 minutes a week. For example, jogging. Talking about obesity, do you have a song about obesity?
No, we have a guest doctor from European Union to talk about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if he's from the European Union, he can discuss obesity in Europe, right? Okay. Okay, we've been talking about diabetes and obesity and diet and exercise, and we've got this expert, Dr. Ross Yoha from the EU. He's probably funded by the EU as well, that Dr. Rama has brought in. And so you have a song?
Yeah, I have that song. Obesity is a disease.
It really is a disease.
Yeah.
You guys over there believe that too?
Yeah, obesity is a disease. Diabetes made worse.
Diabetes made worse.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's right. Diabetes, not the weight,
Oh,
was
my
the
goodness.
diabetes.
Yes. What about hypertension?
Hypertension, stroke, heart attack.
Hypertension, strokes, and heart attacks?
That's right. We must all treat ourselves.
You guys are talking the same, singing the same song.
We must all treat ourselves. We must all treat ourselves. Hey, that's nice song. You keep quiet. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Exercise. No, first eating.
Yes, eating.
Eat more of veggies. Eat more.
Eat more?
Yeah, eat more of veggies, whole grain fruits.
Ah, that way you won't get fatter, right?
That's right. Go nuts on nuts. Go nuts.
Really? Go nuts on nuts? Go nuts on nuts?
Yes. Eat less of fried food, starch, sugar.
Ah, that's a good idea. Cut out fried food, starch,
Say
sugar.
no to
Soda pop. Get off the pop.
Yeah. Exercise daily, 5 days a week.
5 days a week.
Half hour or not daily.
Half hour or more.
Walk, jog, run, bike, treadmill, elliptical.
Get on your exercise machinery, right?
Till we are
Are
soaked in sweat.
sweat.
Thank you, thank you.
Hey, thanks for being with us, Doc. We appreciate your European perspective. We also like to thank the folks of Science Daily for all the information that they've provided for us. As well, we want to thank our City of Urbana's UPTV production coordinator, Jason Liggett, production intern, Caleb Serpentis, and our UPTV station manager, Jake Schumacher. And we want to thank you all for being with us. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back next week.
You didn't thank me?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Doc. Thanks for coming.
I
did
came
thank
all
you.
the way from Europe.
I did thank you.
Thank you,
You
thank
just
you.
need a little puffing up.
Thank you.